Bruno KillerXinok Sousa, um dos melhores jogadores de Mortal Kombat do Brasil. Com literalmente centenas de títulos em diversos jogos em seu currículo, em 2018 o jovem brasileiro teve a chance de provar ser também um dos melhores jogadores do mundo. No Combo Breaker daquele ano, sem perder para nenhum de seus oponentes, ele levou o Brasil ao topo e foi campeão. Essa é a história de como ele chegou lá. Oi, eu sou o Vini, bem-vindo ao canal Punho do Dragão. As melhores histórias dos esportes do mundo, contadas totalmente em português, estão aqui. No vídeo de hoje você irá conhecer como o jogador KillerXinok foi a um dos maiores torneios de jogos de luta do mundo e trouxe o troféu para casa. Já que você está aqui, se inscreve no canal e me ajuda a ser o maior canal de esportes do Brasil. O Combo Breaker 2018 foi um dos maiores torneios de jogos de luta daquele ano, e uma das edições mais memoráveis da história dos jogos de luta competitivos.
We are at Combo Breaker.
We're here at Combo Breaker 2018.
This is probably the second biggest fighting game tournament of the year.
It's a lot of people here.
Todos os grandes nomes da FGC que você pode imaginar estavam lá. Daigo Mehara, Tokido, Justin Wong, Goichi, Sonic Fox, Infiltration, JDCR, Ni e muitos outros. O torneio era um evento premier da Capcom Pro Tour, Master Event do Tekken World Tour e ainda garantia a última vaga de Dragon Ball Fighters para o Summit of Power daquele ano. Absolutamente todo o torneio naquele evento contava com o nível mais alto de competição, e qualquer jogador que quisesse vencer em seu respectivo jogo teria um caminho cheio de pedras pela frente. KillerXinok chegava a Chicago possivelmente em um dos maiores desafios de sua carreira, com grandes nomes da cena mundial, incluindo finalistas da EVO como Tekken Master e Tweety, e outros veteranos de Mortal Kombat como Fox Grandpa, Rewind e Scar. O torneio de Mortal Kombat contava com um total de 131 competidores.
Everybody all around the world comes around here. Almost every single game and fighting game is represented here.
KillerXinok passou com tranquilidade pela sua pool e garantiu vaga pela Winners Bracket para o Top 24. Ele venceu Flair por 3-0 e sua vaga para o Top 8 estava garantida. Com o Top 8 definido, apenas os nomes de peso permaneceram. Pela chance de avançar para a Winners Finals, Rewind e Scar travaram o primeiro embate, enquanto KillerXinok aguardava por Tekken Master, que inclusive era o detentor do título do torneio, tendo vencido Silver Ryan nas grandes finais do Combo Breaker 2017.
And Tekken Master, just like that, becomes your new Combo Breaker champion for Mortal Kombat X in 2017.
Rewind venceu Scar por 3-1, o mandando para a Losers Bracket, e o brasileiro, agora em seu primeiro confronto do Top 8, começaria a dar ao mundo sinais de seu nível de habilidade.
He's going up against none other than KillerXinok. Now this guy was a Johnny Cage enthusiast for a very long time, and he still has a phenomenal cage, but he has, as of late, been playing loads of Crystalline Tremor.
Yes, he has, and when we saw him to get in the top 8, it looked scary.
KillerXinok estava preparado, o resto do mundo é que foi pego de surpresa. Seu oponente não teve chance.
Which means that if you're going to be Imposter Shinnok, you can combo off your conversions the same way Tremor can, and that's going to be a good round one.
How risky were those unblockables with the fact that Imposter has a teleport?
Meaty, here comes the hard to blockable, but there's the challenge, using the straightforward shoulder just to dodge the rock hard to blockable.
That was just a raw shoulder as well, and the one bar he had used for the ender. And just like that, Killer gonna take game number 1 here. I'm curious if Techmaster took the hit because he wasn't in the corner and couldn't get comboed.
Oh my god, savage down 2. Yeah, I think if he has only just only one bar, missed times the run cancel.
Gives her the swirly, puts her back to full screen, flexes up, and here we go.
On the spot adaptations from Tekken Master. Here comes plus frames.
And look how much meter he's hanging on.
Oh my god.
No way! He actually still has those? Okay, Killer's still been playing this game. Those are tight conversions right there.
He has for sure. Now we're near OTG territory, has to break. One more hit in Tekken Masters, in big trouble! But the raw ground pound. And that's going to be our first brutality of the tournament. By the way, this isn't over. We have more to come.
But Armored Launcher boys, post-patch, we're in there.
What year is it? Armoring the gap in Rolling Cutter, but to be honest, I don't think that was in Tekken Master's favor. He gets the overhead, but no combo to follow up. And Zinok is 1 round away. You can poke Tremor quite effectively when he hasn't got flex. A lot of his best tools are highs. Run cancel. He's got no stamina. He had to dash.
That could have gone plus and plus frames here. All needs is chip out territory.
Oh, the block breaker! That was his only option. Oh my god, the armor. This is not good for Tekken Master. That's going to be the brutality on the Rolling Cutter. The second he jumped back, his fate was sealed.
Off with her legs, Killer. Gonna move on to winners finals. Congratulations.
Com uma vitória de 3-0, KillerXinok enviou Tekken Master para a Losers Bracket em um verdadeiro passeio pelo parque. Dessa forma, a Winners Finals estava definida, e seria Rewind contra KillerXinok, Jack versus Tremor, e parecia que Rewind estava pronto para parar o brasileiro. Ele abriu 1-0 de vantagem com certa facilidade, mas a adaptação de KillerXinok se provaria forte demais para o americano.
Oh my word, Xinok is disrespecting, and that's gonna be dead right there. And in another realm, that would have been a brutality, but not today.
I think that was a flawless victory.
That was either a flawless or near. That meter burn upshot was gonna be good news for Rewind, but no confirm, no good for the OTG.
And he gets the second one. We've seen that multiple times where he just lays it on the line.
The jump out is gonna make it whiff, but plenty of work left to do. And the raw jump in connects, forced to break.
Oh, the back two almost sent him home. Just needs a little bit for a chip out, but nice delayed wake up by Rewind, letting him whip. Gonna get a little bit of damage. What's gonna be for breakfast? A down two!
God!
1-1 right now. Xinok not phased whatsoever by that game one, and that's the mark of a top player right there. And Rewind has no resources here, has to simply wait it out, take his turn, and beautiful reaction by KillerXinok. And he gets the reversal. That is such a sexy looking combo.
Yes, it is. All right, he's gonna get pressure. Low cutter is plus on block. Disrespected by Rewind, and he's gonna pay the ultimate price and lose the round.
A flash parry there by Xinok, and he laid it all on the line with the overhead.
OTG, he's dead. Oh, he's not gonna give it. He's not gonna give us the brutality.
That's
What
the only way to
mean
stop
guy.
it. The only way to stop a brutality is hit it before that. Ooh.
Doesn't get the knockdown because it's a bit too far away, but he's still got the life lead. Xinok just looking out of this world strong right now. There's a full combo, there's a hit confirm. He's gonna break to deny anything that resembles momentum, and this is match point for KillerXinok. This crystalline looking unstoppable right now. He's still got full control of this corner.
Oh, now he's just trying to swag on us.
That forward to overhead, super telegraph, but can really catch you out. There's the knockdown, one more hit will do it. Oh my god, and he goes for the instant NJP. KillerXinok is gonna be breezing his way into grand finals on the winner's side. This is a result for this guy.
That last round was it says everything about him in this tournament right now. The way that he played made every single right read. This man is playing probably the best Mortal Kombat of his life, and he is dominating this tournament.
Rewind fez a troca de personagem para Liu Kang, mas a tentativa de counterpick se provou ineficiente. Rewind retornou para Jack, mas o resultado foi o mesmo e KillerXinok avançou com a vitória de 3-1. Com a vaga para a grande final garantida, KillerXinok precisava apenas aguardar por seu oponente. E o jogador que conseguiria a oportunidade de enfrentá-lo na decisão havia sido derrotado na semifinal da Winners, pelo próprio Rewind. Scar, na Losers Bracket, venceu Wes, Tekken Master e prevaleceu na revanche contra Rewind.
Hits late as well, just the unoptimized time to break. Rewind looks a little bit checked out, takes the grab, that would have been game over, but here come the block frames, and he disrespects the mid. Scar gets the run back on Rewind, and now he is going to be in grand finals on the loser's side.
Very good back and forth between the two. We talked about the new guard versus the old guard, and they're splitting back and forth here, but Scar getting it when it matters on the loser's side and sending Rewind home from this bracket, and we're going to go into grand finals. Scar versus KillerXinok, who have not played yet.
Ele estava em uma corrida tão impressionante quanto o próprio brasileiro, mas ele precisaria vencer KillerXinok em 2 sets se quisesse ser campeão.
Oh, and instantly answered back with the wake up. Neither player wants to deal with the wake up options, and Scar bravely tried to go for a reload, taking it guaranteed, but I think that might have been a drop.
Goodness! Stay in this corner, and that is where you are going to be. KillerXinok drawing first blood here, taking the first round and making some of the best reads of the tournament in this situation. Ridiculous.
Risky, to be honest, and more armor challenges. Oh, the down one, where are you going, mate? Get back.
How rare is it to see multiple interactables on the stage get bodied? How hard is it to actually beat out those dive kicks?
Oh,
he's done it twice in a row.
Off the wake up, so he's still point blank. Scar is gonna get knocked down. Grenade reload. Everything counts on this decision. Oh! But he gets caught by the low. Oh! How about that?
Flexes up again. We're coming in. Oh, even through the rock, which is plus range in and of itself.
And if he uses the meter burn armor, when he absorbs a hit, he takes no damage. And he crossed up down to Scar, lives to fight another day. It's one game apiece. The raw overhead, and he just, oh my god, he's so content.
It allows him to take those risks, right?
Oh my god! Oh, and he gets another
my goodness.
OTG. He hits multiple times. There's the cross-up jumping punch. And Xinok back in control. Here's the hard to blockable. Excellent block. Overhead and low, but doesn't block the low. This might be it.
And just like that, KillerXinok is 1 point away. Championship point for this man.
1 game away from being the grand champion of MKX.
Man, bit of an execution error, but that was a beautiful decision. And Scar gonna tie us up at 2-2. Mix here, good grenade. Call it dead. Raw Savage down 2 by Scar. And here we go on the offensive. So close to the reset. Another knockdown. He's gonna put out the meaty grenade. Excellent blocks by KillerXinok. Can use the core escape himself into some plus frames.
Oh, bets the farm on the armor. Still alive temporarily. And he catches a jumping punch. Scar, no breaker. Here comes the flex. He meter burns it to absorb more. And there is the whip punish. KillerXinok is going to be not quite on point because he missed it.
Oh my goodness!
God.
Surviving by a thread with KillerXinok right there in a final round to decide whether the tournament ends now or later. Pulls up another one, because why not?
Oh my word. The second he gets the plus frames, there comes the rolling cutter. He's got more to work with. Doesn't cancel it. Gets the down 1, which is going to be plus.
Oh,
the rolling cutter. That's going to be the tournament, and KillerXinok is going to be the Combo Breaker 2018 Grand Champion for Mortal Kombat X.
Congratulations to this man, coming through the bracket on the winner's side. Back to the wall right there as Scar looked to get a little bit of momentum and close it out with some amazing reads, amazing gameplay. Nothing but a round of applause for this man.
That is why Crystalline Tremor is the pick of the tournament, and Xinok finally gets his major win in Mortal Kombat XL. Super proud of this guy, and the journey he's had has been incredible.
Apesar de a batalha entre Scar e KillerXinok ter sido a mais acirrada da jornada do brasileiro no Combo Breaker, o americano não conseguiu o reset. KillerXinok virou a partida e encerrou sua campanha intocável.
And your tournament champion from the land of Brazil, we've got KillerXinok! Congratulations to everyone here that made top 8. It was amazing to watch. You guys are the champions.
KillerXinok, do Brasil, campeão do Combo Breaker 2018, sem perder nenhum set. Ele venceu todos os seus oponentes com relativa facilidade, e mesmo quando as coisas esquentaram, seu oponente final não foi capaz de pará-lo. No Combo Breaker 2018, KillerXinok venceu competidores de Mortal Kombat do mundo todo, em um dos torneios mais disputados do jogo, e prevaleceu como campeão. Entre sua expressão de felicidade ao receber o troféu e a foto tremida que compartilhou em suas redes sociais, é impossível não se emocionar com o quanto aquele momento significava para ele. E aquela não era uma alegria apenas sua, mas que ele podia compartilhar com todos os torcedores de jogos de luta brasileiros. Ele trabalhou duro pela sua vitória, e sua maior recompensa talvez seja difícil de traduzir em palavras. Um momento que não se resume a coisas como dinheiro ou reconhecimento. A sublime oportunidade de ter todos os seus esforços, todo o seu empenho, toda a sua dedicação, finalmente culminando na doce sensação da vitória contra os mais fortes do mundo. A sensação de saber que seu lugar é entre os melhores. Entre conciliar estudos, trabalho e treino, KillerXinok foi capaz de superar todos os desafios em seu percurso e encerrar aquele épico torneio no topo. Um momento que encheu de orgulho não apenas o coração da FGC, mas de todos os entusiastas de jogos eletrônicos do Brasil. 26 de maio de 2018. Para Bruno, um dia inesquecível. Para o Brasil, um dia histórico.
Not only the character, but the way that he played the reads that he was making.
He played the matchup
The
perfect.
execution, it was exactly perfect. The way that he blew up certain situations with the grenades and the dive kick themselves, it was just incredible from start to end. That was perfect play from KillerXinok, and that's why he's your Mortal Kombat champion.